Hey, it's Megs.
And Jax,
And this is Musing Over Mugs.
where you'll find us musing over all things books, adventure, cocktail, and life related.
So grab your mug and join us tonight as we muse over book gifts.
How to give gifts for the holiday season. Before we dive in, Meg, I gotta know, what's in your mug?
I have, and I think I've had this before. It is a chamomile lemon honey vanilla tea.
Delicious, love it.
It's so great. What about your mug? Oh, snap.
Oh,
What
snap,
about your
we are into the Christmas mugs. The holiday mugs are out. We'll have a different one for every episode of the month of December. Because I, fun fact, am a mug whore. I collect them. I have 1,000 of them. And so I recently dug out all my holiday mugs. I'm very excited. So I have a gingerbread oat snap today filled with candy cane tea from Trader Joe's.
We love. I want to give a very special shout out to our listener, Kelly, who came up with this idea for a topic for us. We're so excited to literally dive into this. It's definitely something that we have thought of for giving ideas for each other, and so on and so forth. So we're really excited. Thank you, Kelly, for this great idea. If you guys have ideas for podcast episodes, send us a DM over on Instagram at Musing Over Mugs. We would love to hear them.
Absolutely. And if you guys end up having, after we go through our list of bookish themed gifts, if you have any additional ones, also feel free to send them in and then post them on the on our Instagram on the captions.
Yeah.
Comments.
Because we're always looking for book ideas.
Oh, it's never ending. You know, it's quite surprising because this happened for your birthday, and then when we, disclaimer, Megs and I have decided to skip Christmas gifts this year because we are going to a book conference that we'll speak more on later. But so that's our gift to each other, is that we're just going to spend money at that. But leading up to that, I'd already been brainstorming, and I was like, what do we get someone who loves books and already has literally everything? So we've got some things on this list that, you know, are kind of basic. Then we've got some like more elaborate things. And I'm pretty excited about some of the things, at least on my list. I don't know what's on your list.
So I'm gonna jump right in because
I got to go back and forth one and one, or
okay. We can do that.
I like to have a style, you know.
Yeah, let's go back and forth one on one. So the first one I want to start with is something we've talked about it on the podcast before. I actually got this from my brother and his family for my birthday, which came at the perfect time because my old one was dying. A book light to read in bed and keep the light not full brightness, to keep it kind of a little dimmer but still able to read. So I love a book light. If you do stockings, it's a great stocking stuffer. It's it's a very small, easy, pretty affordable gift. Yeah.
And there's so many different styles too, so you can get kind of creative with it. There's the, you know, the traditional ones that clip on the back of the book and then arc in. There are the ones I've seen that there are flat, kind of like a page, and you kind of pop it in over the page. And I don't know if it really acts as a magnifying glass or just lights up the whole page, but it's less of a radius of light, if you will. I've never used that kind, but I feel like it would be annoying to move with each page. But it's a style that's out there. There's the kind that clamp to the bed and then come over, which is what I have. So there's lots of options out there for book lovers.
And they can get really fancy. So the one that I got for my birthday, it has warm, medium, cool light, 3 different brightnesses on each of those levels, plus the light itself splits. Ooh. So I can have a light over one page and a light over another page, so you don't have to
that's key
move the neck,
because the smallest ones, like those little baby ones, like it barely lights one page. You gotta kind of like angle the book. I like that. That's fancy.
I was very excited, and it's rose gold.
We love a rose gold. Goes with our brand. That's perfect.
So that's my first. I want to start. I think I'm starting small and then getting bigger. Okay.
I'm going to start with.
Swear to God, we definitely plan these podcasts before we hit record.
we each take our own notes and then come together and we're like, let's just wing it. I'm going to start with.
I'll take notes.
Not necessarily small in terms of like. I'm going to go with like the most basic kind of gift.
Sure.
So I'm going to start off with gift cards. You could do many different types of gift cards. You could do it to your local or their local independently owned bookstores. That's a key. You could do Kindle gift cards, Audible gift cards, any place that they can buy a book gift card. And then they can choose their own adventure and pick a book that they want if you are not feeling up to figuring out which kind of book they want.
Absolutely. Love a gift card. I have one to Trident. I've used about half of the value. I'm saving the rest of it for, I haven't decided. Um, Either the new Throne of Glass series that comes out, I think it comes out like March with all the new
March.
covers, or Allie Hazelwood. Um,
Love
the
Theoretically.
Yeah, the three novellas, because that comes out on January 3rd. So I'm holding it for one of those. It'll probably be Allie Hazelwood plus other things. But love a gift
Perfect.
card. If they don't have a local bookshop near them, but you want to still support local booksellers, bookshop.org is a great online bookseller that supports local independent bookstores. So check them out as well.
Perfect. It's your item.
So this is something I've seen on Etsy. I don't have one because of the way I hold my book, like a gremlin.
Like a gremlin.
Gremlin.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
It's the thumb. It's the
Mm-hmm.
page splitter, and you put it's almost like a thumb ring, and it holds your book open flat. So you'll definitely crack a spine. If you don't crack spines, probably not the gift for you. But it seems like a great little invention for people who need to hold their book up.
And I've seen really cool ones. Like they have obviously like the wooden ones where I think that was kind of like the original design, but I've seen these really gorgeous resin ones
Yeah.
that artists will put like flowers in, and they're really quite
Glitter.
spectacular. Yep. We love a glitter moment.
Definitely have seen them in the so I don't count this as a book gift, but there's a lot of candles that are themed around books or characters. I'm sorry if this was on your list.
That
Okay,
was
there
on
you
my
go.
list. Book candles.
But I've seen the page thumb. I don't know what it's called, which is a whole other thing.
Page holder?
It like a thumb
Maybe?
page holder, but they make that. I've seen them made in similar fashion to the candles, where it's a theme of a book.
I love
So
that.
think of the Night Court or something like that. That way. So that was my next gift. Again, very small, pretty affordable. Can definitely get more fancy with them if you want, but definitely a good. You're looking up what it's called, aren't you?
I wasn't. I was looking
Oh.
at my next thing because I was going to piggyback off that, but I will for you. Hold on. Thumb.
No, it's okay.
Book holder. It came up when I Googled thumb book holder, resin page holder.
Okay, there we go then.
Thumb book holder.
But again, it's a small, can definitely get very personalized with them. I think it's a great gift, something very functional for people who read physical books. So not an ebook situation, but a physical book, whether you buy or get from the library or something like that.
I was going to piggyback off your mention of candles so I had candles on my list.
Sorry.
There are, an endless, sorry, I'm sure there's a lot of crossover on our list. But there's an endless supply of candle options. There are, this is a soy wax, I think, candle, adorable little jar, and it just says bookmarks are for quitters. So there's cute bookish saying ones that are, just themed for books. And then there are ones, I'm trying to find the name of the company. Live a Thousand Lives just posted about it because they redid the labels for Molly's book. I wonder if Molly posted it because it's not on the feed. While I'm looking up the brand, but they're beautiful candles, as you were saying, themed for the book. And they have crystals in them and certain scents for each character. There was also we've seen them for Molly Tullis's books. And then we've seen them for Book Daddy's books or book. There's 2 coming out soon. Yay.
But for the characters. And when I say I don't count candles as gifts, I absolutely do. I just buy myself all of the candles. I'm very particular about my candles. I need to smell them before I buy them. So that's why don't get me a candle.
Good to know. I will not get you the candle.
Okay, thank you.
That's out. Good to know. These
I
are preferences I should know.
I like a musky candle, like a very masculine kind of
Please
smell.
remind me to show you the candle or let you smell my candle that I have that I'm obsessed with. I think you would like it. Okay. I made it at an event last year and I've been dying for it. I want another one.
Oh, I have it in the other room, but I just got a candle at Target. Oh, we're going so off base here. It's one of the wooden wick candles, so it sounds like a fire.
Crackly.
Yeah. And it's cedar and rose. and it's a
Ooh,
very good balance.
that sounds. Oh, you know what? I used to have a cedar and lavender one that I
Love that.
found it at TJ Maxx. Thought it was pretty, loved it, then went back and bought more of them, and then bought them, like all the ones I could find at all the TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls, all, and I haven't been able to find them. I've been looking for like a year, and they were so good. It was white cedar and lavender.
Ooh, that
Delicious.
sounds delish.
I can't find this brand. Oh, ooh.
Ooh.
Full Moon Creations. We
All
found it.
right. Full Moon
So
Creations.
we will link that in the show notes. But so she does these gorgeous candles per character, so you can buy branded for the book, and you could gift the book with the candles. I think that's a cute little package for people. So you
That's
could give them
wonderful.
Molly Tullis's books with her Nixon Ubris candle. Adorable.
Yes.
We
Love
love a
that.
theme. Love a theme.
Clearly, we love a theme. Okay, so the next one I have is a. This is going to get a little bit more pricey, but an e-reader is
Yep.
definitely a something you can look at. I have an iPad. Kindle is out there. Nook is still a thing.
I would highly recommend Kindle Paperwhite.
There's
I had a Nook.
actually a brand new Kindle. It just came out. It's a standard Kindle, but it's got a lot of the features of the Paperwhite for I think like $30 less. My brother was
Really?
telling me about it, and I
Okay.
almost pulled the trigger on it, and then I was told not to buy myself a Kindle.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
that's something you can definitely get
I would
someone
recommend
who's
either I'm interested in the standard version that you're talking about. Basically, just don't get the one that's like an iPad is my recommendation. Like you want the one that looks more the like screen itself looks more book like, so it's not again like you're staring at a screen all day. And the Paperwhite, the screen was better. Like like I'm thinking between the one, I think it's a Fire. There's like less glare, looks more like a book,
Mhm.
and you don't have all the I get distracted very easily, so I don't like my notifications coming up on it when I read on my iPad. This the Fire I believe has like internet capabilities, and you can play like games and have other apps on there, which to me gets really distracting, and I want just
Mhm.
book time. So that's why I like the normal Kindle or Paperwhite best.
And you can also get it personalized as well in terms of a cover. You can get a very personal cover, something that is, a little gives a little bit more of a personal touch than here's a Kindle, even though it's a wonderful gift and God bless you for doing it. But if you want to kind of take that extra step, you can do it with that.
Yep, there's lots of covers on Amazon. You can look at Etsy. They also have different kinds of covers. So they have the kind that like flip open like a book, which is what I have. There are people that have like hard, almost like a cell phone kind of cover with like a pop socket. And then there's the sleeve, which you could also get. So you could get a sleeve for your Kindle. You can get a sleeve for an actual physical book as
Mm-hmm.
well. So that was another gift on my list was a book sleeve.
Yep, perfect.
Look at us go. Does that count as my gift and you're
Do,
back on?
do you want it to count as your gift?
Sure, book sleeve. I don't.
Book sleeve.
I meant to look up. We started before I could look up the brand because there's someone.
While she pulls up the page, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you to go to our YouTube page and you can see us dancing in this awkward silence. Hey.
Awkward turtle.
App Musing over mugs.
.com.
Well, no, because it's YouTube app Musing over mugs. But sure, yeah, .com.
Well, you can get there from our website. So
You can. So
Yep.
I'm going to jump in, and this is a very specific gift. So if it's I would not want this gift because I don't do this. But if your friend or your loved one or whomever annotates a little stationery like box, like gift box, so it's got the different colored post-its, it's got highlighters, it's got pens, tabs. I think if I knew someone who I know annotates their books, they would love that.
Especially the tabs. I feel like the tabs are so you go through them so fast if you're an annotator. So to have, and they can get kind of pricey. So to have a stockpile of them, clutch.
Yeah.
I feel like the only hard part about that is researching the pen because the pen is key in annotating, because if you're using, for example, found this out the hard way, translucent sticky notes, which is like a cool thing someone I follow was using for annotation. I was like, I'm gonna buy those. I'm gonna start annotating. Spoiler, she did not. Certain pens don't write on those. They just smear.
You definitely did try. You annotated
One
Love
book.
on the Brain.
Yes, because
It
I'm a serial killer.
counts.
It counts, but I'm not like I don't annotate regularly.
You know this is going on the internet, right? When you tell people you're a serial killer.
Yep. It's a figure of speech.
Sure.
Sure. I'm afraid of blood. Thought about being a nurse for like 5 seconds. It was like, that's not going to work out well for you. You don't love blood or bodily fluids at all.
It's fine.
We'll pass.
But yeah, so that's it's a very specific, specialized gift. So that's why it's a little higher up, because I know not everyone would like it, appreciate it. I would probably like it and appreciate it, not for book annotation, but for life and my day planner and things like that.
Perfect.
But it's definitely a good book lover gift for that special annotator in your life.
Special annotator. My next gift is on the smaller side. We can do, and this can be customized for the person that you are gifting to in a couple of different ways. So I think it's like an accoutrement to go with your reading. So if they are a tea, coffee, hot chocolate drinker, any of those, and you can get super cute with this. For example, hot chocolate. There's 1,000 different brands out there, but you can make a hot chocolate bomb. You could get a hot chocolate bomb from any of the cute little local shops that make those, or on the internet. You can make them yourself. Trader Joe's has those. Actually, don't love these ones. Love Trader Joe's, but they're not my favorite now that I've tried them. But it's a spoon with hot chocolate, like a blob on the bottom that melts into the milk, and that makes it, I think because I use water and not milk, that's why it was not that great. But
No. You got that for me last year for Christmas, and we used milk, and it was not great.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't love the stick. I'm sorry. The Target stuff though, those were cute. They had like cookies for dunking. They had like marshmallows that fit in the top of your mug with peppermint. Cute different things. But yeah, some sort of hot chocolate stick like that. Teas, so you can get a different kind of tea if they have a favorite kind of tea. A mug that's a bookish mug or a regular mug. You got a tea subscription from Colleen recently. That's cute to enjoy with your books. Same with coffees. You can get a bag of coffee. You get a subscription to coffee, I'm sure that's out there somewhere. So anything that you can enjoy while reading their book.
So I'm going to expand on that. Wine subscriptions.
Yep. Kicking it up a notch. Let's go for the alcohol next.
Tons of different wine subscriptions out there, depending on what you want. We got one 5 years ago. She just turned 45 for my sister-in-law's 40th birthday. And it sent her a bottle of white and a bottle of red for, I think we did 3 or 6 months, and it just said, here you go, automatically. Brian and I got one a couple years ago for Christmas from my brother and his family. Same thing. It was a couple of bottles and then some charcuterie things. But a wine subscription, there's nothing like curling up on a cold winter day with a cup of tea or a glass of wine and your favorite book.
Yep. And that goes into what else can we curl up with our glass of wine, tea, and book, but a blanket. So you can gift your book lover a blanket, a normal old blanket from anywhere. You could make them a blanket if that's in your skill set, like crocheting, knitting, quilting, any of that. And then there's also lithograph, which is
this?
It is, I'm going to spoil something. So I was going to get this for you, but we're not doing Christmas. So I'm not getting it for you currently. But you can get merch. So they have like scarves, prints, blankets, which is the realm I was going into, that prints an entire book on the blanket.
I saw an ad, I think yesterday on TikTok, and it was t-shirts.
Oh, they have t-shirts too?
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, they're sort of cool. There's like limited books that they do. There's like a few classics, and they have like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass and, the fantasy popular ones. So I think those are so fun.
That's definitely fun. I love that.
Sorry, I'm not getting it for you anymore.
It's okay.
We're going to our conference.
We're going to our conference.
That'll be birthday.
Your birthday comes first. So here's another one that I had is all the time there are movie adaptations of books. So, and this is again, it has to be the right person because I don't know a lot of people that have DVD players anymore. But you
Mm,
could get a copy of the book and a copy of the movie and put them together
love
and give
that.
that. So I own both of them, but for me it would be the Princess Bride. So, a copy of the special edition Princess Bride. I think it's the 30th year. 30th year was a couple years ago. And then the book itself, and that way, again, it has to be the right person who has, a way to play the movie. Helps if you know what their favorite book and movie are so that they go together. But that, I think, would be a really kind of sweet bookish gift for someone.
Absolutely. If you happen to know their favorite author or, favorite group of authors, favorite genres or anything like that, another gift that I think is fun is looking up vintage copies of the books and or going like way back in their catalog and getting like some of their older books.
Mm-hmm. First editions with covers with dust jackets. I know Jax is not a dust jacket fan,
Hate a dust jacket. I love
but
a dust jacket on the shelf. Hate reading with them, but
a first edition with dust jackets can get very expensive depending on the book and the author, but that's always a great gift. And then you can get it's a book box basically, and it protects the book. So that's something that you can definitely look into for sure. And then obviously a signed edition of any book by an author
oh yes.
goes
Special
very well.
editions.
Mm-hmm. I know we had a whole conversation about special editions. Now we don't like them, but for a gift,
For a gift, they're
we make an
great.
exception.
We do. And there's also special editions, which is going to lead me. I feel like I'm kind of. Did you to give a gift yet? Because
I
it's
expanded
your
on
turn.
yours, so
Because this one goes into the next one of mine, special editions. Because next on my list was a book subscription box,
okay.
and so I had a couple options that I listed out, which we'll go over in a second. But some of those subscription companies also have special editions that you can purchase without having a subscription. Yes, ma'am.
I want to point out something before we move on to the book box subscriptions. Is you did something great for my birthday that I still laugh about. Is so all of our romance writers are getting cartoon covers. Well, my friend, my co-host, my book bestie, I can't even get this, or I'm gonna like drop my candy dish. Got me old school Tessa Bailey romance covers for my birthday with my husband likes to call them the new Fabios on the cover.
We love a Fabio moment.
And so you said you scrounged far and wide for these. I'm so sorry for the background noise.
I had the thought because we had recently. I mean, look at those. Those are beauties. I'm not gonna lie. I love
We
them.
love them.
I looked back. I wanted us to get more Tessa Baileys. We both wanted to read more Tessa Baileys because we have recently fallen in love with her. So I wanted some of her older books. And this series that I got was coming out with new like cartoon covers, which are also beautiful. But they were coming out fairly soon when I purchased these. But I was like, no, I want the original sexy man on the cover. Trashy romance is that's the cover I wanted.
And it's so funny that you say that they were coming out with new covers because I'm an idiot. Went to the bookstore, picked up a random Tessa Bailey book, didn't even register that I may have already had it because I'm like, I haven't seen this cartoon cover before. I came home and it's one of those books. So I was like, all right, that's
just adding to the Tessa Bailey collection.
No big deal. So I wanted just to point those out. That's kind of a funny, fun, cute gift that is definitely it still makes me very happy. So
I'm glad you loved it.
I do.
And I hope you enjoy the books when you read them.
Me too. I will. I know I will.
I mean, it's Tessa Bailey, so
obviously.
Duh. So we were talking about the book subscription boxes that have special edition copies for various books. So there are several book subscription options that range from just like Book of the Month Club, which can get a not regular, but like a normal book, right? I think there's like 5 or so options every month. You get to pick one of those books and they ship it out to you. That one of the subscriptions I have tried is the most consistent, I would say, with like their shipping and such. They're very timely and offer pretty decent options. There's been some months where I'm like, man, I'll just skip it. I don't love the company overall anymore, but that's fine. Then there are other ones that are specialty boxes. So there's like Fairy Loot, which is a subscription box of bookish treasures stolen from a fairy's lair. They have an original a young adult monthly box. Then they have a adult option as well. Then there's like the box where you have like the book and goodies that are themed as well, or just the book option. Then there's Steamy Lit Box, which is a book subscription service featuring romance books written by women of color and LGBTQ plus authors, paired with pet specialty curated items to celebrate self-love and embracing your sexuality. So like there's all these other options. Illumicrate is a box, I think they just call themselves a box for book lovers, looking for books to inspire. So there's all these different options out there that you can get involved in gift. And then some of those also have special editions on top of the monthly books. And the beauty of these guys are, so like Book of the Month Club is like a normal book, as opposed to these guys are like all special editions. Like they're foiled covers, they're sprayed edges, they are custom covers illustrated by these gorgeous Meg is showing one of her beautiful sprayed edges. Like, I mean, they're pieces of art, truly.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we almost got in. We missed the cutoff for Illumicrate this morning, but
Did we?
yes. But we're on the
Oh,
wait list again for next month. I know. But that's why the password didn't work. But they just released, or not just released, I think it was August, but I just found out about it. A beautiful special edition of Love on the Brain by Ellie Hazelwood. And if anybody has that and wants it to be removed from their hands, I will gladly take it. If anybody has one floating around, because I'm dying for it. So that's why I wanted to join that group, just because they have, I feel like a lot of the books are first-time authors or more indie authors than like Book of the Month Club,
Yeah.
which is great, and we love discovering new artists and authors this way. But Illumicrate was great because then it also had the special editions of books that we already loved and know. So good collectibles edition.
So I only have one more
Beautiful
on my list. I don't know how many. Okay. So my last one is book adventures, book themed
I love
things.
this.
So Jax and I, we've talked about some of our book adventures in the past. We've gone to tea at the library. There's a new bookstore that opened in Boston that also offers tea. So things like that. We did an Alice in Wonderland experience last year.
We're doing a Beauty and Beast experience.
So for me, I have a lot of stuff and not a ton of room. And I never leave my house. I stay home and I read all the time. So going and doing things is really, really exciting and really fun for me. I love the experiential part of that. It creates a lot more memories than just opening a gift. That I don't love gifts. I love gifts. Please send me gifts. Don't send me gifts. But but going
experiences
out,
are so fun.
Experiences are so fun. You get to do it with a friend, a fellow book lover, and there's nothing like it. You'll have memories forever, and doing things like that is just so special.
And these can be literally anything. So like Meg was mentioning the tea, you could go to, I mean, I'm sure other libraries do tea as well. There's that kind of thing. There's, spend a day, go to a bookstore with a coffee shop, pick a book off the shelf, and then just read it together. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to buy a book. You just go to there and just like putz around looking at your favorite books. You could then take it even further and travel to another city that has like New York or LA, who have these gorgeous, really well-known, beautiful bookstores, and go travel and see those. So there's like different levels that you can get into as well.
And over the summer, Cape Cod, I don't know if they do this every year or not, but they had a bookstore crawl basically. And if you saw 10 out of the 14 bookstores on the map, you got entered to win a prize, and that's just really fun. And it things like that I think are so special, and it's not just that one moment of giving a gift. It's going and doing something and having that shared experience with a friend. And
do you know what I think would be super special? Because I used to love these kind of gifts when I was younger. We're gonna have to do this for each other now. You were talking about the book crawl, which I think is adorable, and maybe Cape Cod does that all the time. Maybe they don't. Maybe you're nowhere near Massachusetts and don't have access to Cape Cod. You can create your own version of this for someone. So like make up your own book scavenger hunt and like, pick out these cool, it could be, go to these different bookstores. It could be like book monuments or like spots where like bookish things have taken place. Like you could have so much fun creating that and then experiencing it with your friend.
Oh my gosh, what if your friend like loves this one book or this one series and it takes place in a city you hit, the book stop or the coffee shop where they met, or
Yep.
the street where her apartment's supposed to be on. Things like, oh my god, it's so fun.
It's an endless possibility of like ways you could customize this. And again, that's something that no one else is going to get them, right? They're not going to have, it's not like they're going to get the same, another copy of their favorite book by their favorite author. Like, it's something new and exciting. And the thought that goes into that, I mean, that's what means the world, is the thought process behind it.
Oh, it's absolutely the thought that counts. And that's why I started very small, but I think as we started talking about these gifts, they definitely get a lot more personalized and a lot more emotionally invested, which is great.
I don't want to end with, well, I do. I think this is a good one to end on. Because I loved yours. I wanted that to be the grand finale because that's like a really fantastical idea. But the one, I'm going to combine the last two I had into like one, is supporting indie authors. So you can get any of their books. One, I think there are so many new talented authors coming out, and they're writing incredible works, and they're all different, and they've got their own vibes and all that stuff. So I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of research to find something that you think your friend will resonate with. But buying their books, because not only are you giving your friend a book, but you're also supporting a new author and supporting someone that's like, it's not like going to Barnes and Noble, right, and buying a book off the shelf. And not to say Barnes and Noble is bad or anything, but you're supporting someone directly that is just starting out this career, who could use all the support in the world, all that encouragement. Every book sale is really like a ticket to keep going and keep writing. And so I think that that's important to do for these people starting out. And then piggybacking off of that, some of these new authors and or book influencers have shops of their own that sell merch. So a couple that I had written down, is that English?
Written down? Yes.
Is that written down? That sounded weird. Okay. Any hoosers, a couple
written
people that
down or wrote it down.
Wrote it down. A couple of book influencers and authors that we love and cherish, and they have shops. Molly Tullis, the blonde bibliophile, she has her own shop. She has her own books. Same with Mariel Pomero. I think I got that right. Book Daddy is how we usually refer to her. She has one book out, second one on the way, and she has a shop of merch. And then Julia from Entirely Bonkers also has a book merch shop. I think she's got like bookmarks and a couple other pieces in there. I think a sweatshirt maybe. But yeah, so those are some, and I'm sure there's a million others.
Yeah, there's so much book swag out there. I do have to say, one of my coziest pairs of socks you actually got me last year, and it says, I like big books and I cannot lie, I think.
Yep.
And then over the summer, we bought each other socks because if we didn't buy them for ourselves and they were gifts to each other, they didn't count.
They did not count against our spending freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there's a lot of book swag out there.
Bookshop, Book Babe shop, Book Babe design shop. Shit, I should know this. I love her stuff. I tried to look up. I don't think she actively, I mean, by the time this goes up, she might have holiday stuff up. But right now she's launching her book box, goes out tomorrow. Book Babe Designs.
Oh, she's the one who did the spooky mug, right?
She did the spooky mug and the shirt that I got for Halloween, and I was obsessed. That shirt was so comfortable. I wore it all the time. I'm hoping she does Christmas merch because I desperately want another mug and another shirt. So stay tuned for that.
And a lot of local bookshops also have a small little gift section as well. So pop into those. If they don't have a gift spot, if they don't have like a little gift section, they also have books. So you can't lose.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously the best gift of all is you. So spend time with your loved ones.
Absolutely.
Help them build a bookshelf or something.
Help them build a bookshelf. Take them to buy more books.
Both.
Talk to them about books.
Introduce them to this podcast.
We're the best gift of all.
We are
welcome. Chaos incarnated.
Chaos is our brand.
Woohoo!
I think we have given you
a good range of gifts.
In all aspect ratios, absolutely.
There's something for everybody. There's something for every budget.
Mm-hmm.
Something for every thought level.
if there is a gift that you're screaming at us being like, how did you forget?
I forgot the one that I was looking up. When we, like, right before we recorded, I was like, I have to figure out the name of this thing. And we found out, I don't know that there's an official name, but Book Nook box, bookshelf insert, both pulled up the same thing, but they're basically these gorgeous boxes, and they can be a varied size. They go onto the bookshelf, and they're like illuminated scenes, so they could be scenes from a book. It could look like there's like a little fairy living on your bookshelf. Adorable. I can't believe I forgot to put that on there.
It's cute. You think I have room on my bookshelf. I have
Yeah.
books stacked on stacks on stacks.
Yeah, I also have no room, but I'm hoping one day to have a full room full of books.
I'm telling you, addition on your house, whole top floor.
Whole top floor. I think Brian may be upset that I commandeered another floor of the home.
No. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, so if there is a present, a book gift, a book related gift that you are screaming at us, how did you forget that? What the fuck are you doing? Send us a DM. We will story about it. We'll put it in an Instagram post, but we're probably also going to put a blog post up, I think.
Yeah,
with
we'll put a lot of these episode ideas. We'll put it all on the blog as well.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry I just sniffled.
You know, this is real life. We're not perfect.
Goodness.
We're snotty too.
We are indeed. So yeah, so let us know what we forgot. Maybe you've received a great gift that's book related in the past and you want to let us know so others can get the same joy that you got. Send us DM using Over Mugs on Instagram. And with that, happy reading, happy gifting.
If you like this episode, please like, review, and subscribe. Yes! Guys, finally. What is this? But I think this has got to be like episode 15.
You got it before too. One of the other episodes we've done.
Nailed it. Feeling great. If you did not like this is totally fine. Please don't review us. Just send us a DM and let us know what you didn't like so that we can do it better next time. But don't bash us publicly on the internet because we are fragile. So we'd appreciate it. And with that, we say cheers.
Cheers.
Happy reading.